What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Mukbang Monday. Today I have Apollo burger, watermelon on the side. I decided to get crazy and get a Diet Coke instead of water. So, what the heck? Let's get started. Got fries. I usually don't get fries. Well, that's a lie. I don't know. I usually just get this by itself. So how has everyone been? Last mukbang, I did an ASMR mukbang, which is actually, I really liked it. Like, I'm gonna do those often. I don't know what often really means. Maybe like once a month. But I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten today. And it's like 1:30 p.m. So if I get full fast, it's because I haven't eaten anything yet. I'm power through. This is so good. The Impossible Burger. So, burns so bad. My eyes are like watering. So, I wanted to talk about something. I am done with my Smile Direct Club aligners. I finished. I was waiting until my retainers came, and so I want to talk about Smile Direct Club. While I do this, while we eat. That'll be today's topic. So if you have not heard of Smile Direct Club, it is way cheaper than doing like Invisalign. You can have the impression kit shipped to your house and do it at home. It comes with like super detailed instructions, and then you ship it back. They take everything from that, and well, first of all, they have to let you know like if your teeth qualify. I don't know what wouldn't qualify. I haven't heard of anybody that hasn't. But there are locations as well around. I don't know how like common they are, but they opened one here where I live in Orem. So let's go through my Smile Direct Club experience. Last June, I think it was, and I actually published a vlog of me doing my impression kit. You can watch it if you want, but so cringe. I was a different person back then. And so I did the impression kit back last summer. And then they did a 6-month plan which would have had me, by the time I got it, I would have been done in January of this year. And most of them, I believe are 6-month plans. At least that's what I've heard from a couple other people. And then the person I referred someone, they got it, and theirs was a 6-month plan as well. So I'll get into why I'm just finishing now. But you can pay a full upfront price. By the way, this is not sponsored by Smile Direct Club, but hey, Smile Direct Club, if you want to sponsor me, you can. Feel free. So, you can pay upfront for the whole thing, which I think takes a couple $100s off the total price. Or you can do like a financing option where you do like a deposit. I did that. I did a deposit of $250, and then it was like $80 a month, around $2,200 total. So I get the impression kit. I'm doing it. You get, oh man, I wish I had brought like the box, but you get like this big purple box that has everything in it. All 6 months, all your liners, the whole thing. It has other items, like things that will help you remove them, like pull them off your teeth, that help you, like they're chewies for you to chew on them, to kind of like get them tightened on, especially towards the beginning. Yum, 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 yum. I love onions. So, I get all that. I'm doing it. It comes with like a little case. I keep looking back because all my stuff's over there and I should have brought it up here. But it comes with this case, and to like keep them in, store them in. And you have to wear them, I think it says like up to 3 hours of the day you can have them out. Or maybe it's 5, I don't know. Pretty much most of the day you need them in. You sleep with them in, all that stuff, right? And you brush your teeth. After every time you eat anything, you brush your teeth, brush them, put it back in. Basically, that's the only time you want them out, is when you are eating. So it does help you reduce the amount of eating, like snacking. Because if you're like, oh my gosh, I have to go brush my teeth again and brush them again, you kind of get annoyed and you're like, okay, I'm just going to eat like my main meals of the day, and you cut down on snacking. So, because obviously you want to brush your teeth, you want to brush them, you don't want like plaque building up inside of them and get like cavities and stuff, because you're going to be trapping food and sugar and everything down underneath, and you're just asking for cavities. So I did it. And up until I think I was on my 5th month. And on my 5th month, I noticed one of them had cracked. And my teeth used to be super spaced out. I'm gonna put like a before right here showing my teeth. And then maybe I'll put an after as well. But my teeth used to be super spaced out, right? And I had this tooth on my left side in particular I had this feeling like it wasn't moving as much as it should have been, like the rest. Well, one of my liners put it in, and the space in between this tooth, that tooth, and the one next to it, it like kind of cracked. I was like, it didn't look too bad. So I'm doing it. It wasn't like a huge crack. It was just like this slight crack. I do it, do that aligner. I do my next aligner, and that one cracks, but that one cracked, and then it started like splitting wider and wider throughout that next week. I actually think it was, so you do like 1 week aligner, second week of the month another aligner, and then your third aligner for the month is week 3 and 4. So I'm over here explaining the entire program. So it cracks, and it's getting wider and wider, and I was like, okay, this is going to be an issue, right? So I called them and explain. And they're like, oh yeah, let's get you in. So, rewind a little bit. Last year when I started this, they didn't have the Orem shop. So I just did the impression kit. Come back to where we're at. I call them. They're like, do you want to do another impression kit? Well, first they had me send in photos, because you email in a bunch of photos with them in and with them out, and they have a dental team to review everything. So they determined that I should probably get a new impression kit or something, measurements done. So this time I went into the Orem shop that they opened, and they did like a 3D scan there. And then they're like, yeah, I got an email saying that they were gonna send me a new plan that will help my teeth. So this tooth wasn't moving right. Well, I get a whole new 6 months again, which is fine by me, because I am not I try not to complain about things, like it was a whole nother 6-month plan. They didn't charge me another $2,200 or whatever to do it. And at the end of the day, I've gone 27 years with spaced out, messed up, teeth that I just wasn't confident in. That's their little slogan. Something about smiling with confidence, or I don't know. So, there. I didn't care to do another 6 months. Yeah, I was excited to be like done in January, but I wasn't over there like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? What the hell? Because like I said, I've gone 27 years with my teeth like this. What's another 6 months for them to be, where a lot better? I wouldn't say they're perfect. I don't know. But I did another 6 months. This 6 months was no problems, no issues. And in fact, they threw in my first set of aligners, which is my first set of retainers. So your retainers, you want to buy, I think it's every 6 months or every year. It's $99. They threw a first set in for free because of everything that went on, and that's what I'm wearing now. Is my retainers. And when you get your retainers, the first 2 weeks of your retainers, you wear like aligners, so you wear them most of the day, except to eat. And then after that first 2 weeks, then you just sleep with them in and you don't wear them during the day. And then for the rest of the time, as long as you stay on top of wearing your retainer, you won't need to worry about having them in all day. You just sleep with them. So So, my experience with Smile Direct Club, overall, I loved it. Yeah, there was a hiccup, and I can't say if it was because I just had this stubborn tooth or if something was wrong with what they sent me. I don't know, and I don't care. I don't, because now here I am, and I'm done. Nobody died. Yeah. And I'm grateful. Oh, I mean, that watermelon is so cold. Last bite of the burger. On to the next topic. So, I'm really trying to change my outlook on life. Not that I had a bad one or anything. It's just, I'm just trying to be a more positive person in all things. And there's just so much going on in the world, in our country, that we already have to worry about, that, like, I'm tired of being a not saying I was a super negative person, but judgmental thoughts, negative thoughts towards people, gossip, all that stuff. We got people getting shot and mass shootings, people dying. There's no room in my life, I've decided to be doing that anymore. Again, I'm not saying that I will, years ago, I'll admit, years ago I used to be really bad. I used to be involved in the gossip. I used to do this and that and talk shit. I'm done. That's enough. It's enough. There's people freaking dying in the world. There's families getting torn apart because of immigration, this and that. I don't want to contribute to the negativity in the world. So I just decided. And another thing is with food too. Food and I'm so into recycling right now. It's always on my mind now, thinking about things that I'm gonna throw away. Should I take this home and recycle it? Not should I, but is this something that I can take home and just throw in my recycling bin? Because there's so much going on. There's so much stuff. I don't know. I'm cheating. Food, Do I really need to eat endless amounts of food? Do I really need to eat endless amounts of an animal? No, I don't. I don't need to eat. It's good. It's good. I'm not, don't get me wrong. It tastes really good. It's really satisfying. But is it worth, when it comes down to it, supporting some of like the evil things going on in the world? And yeah, if you guys don't think that the food industry is evil, you gotta look into it. You really gotta look into it. It's crazy. This right here, even like, this is bad. I'm eating it. But like, animal farming is insane. 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 And recycling, like, we gotta do something. You can't just keep making this synthetic stuff, throwing it somewhere where it's gonna never break down, or take like 500 years to break down. As I have a straw. Comment hypocrite. Do it. I'm a comment hypocrite on my own video. But like, yeah, I need to stop using straws. I have straws at home, like reusable straws. And it's funny because people are like, it's just one straw. It's just one. Dude, it all adds up. Come on. Think about it. If you make that one change, it could be a ripple, right? If I'm sitting here talking about making this change, and it inspires at least one other person to start making that change as well, there's a couple less straws out there in the world. There's a couple less things out there in the world that are gonna harm. We have got to start taking care of our earth. It's all just gonna burn. Anyway, sorry to go on that, but I've just been having these weird, like, last few weeks. Not weird, but just like these, like, okay, you know what? Look, it's time to grow up. Time to grow up. Time to see the bigger picture. Time to, like, try to make positive changes in my life to add to society and the world. So, does that mean I'm gonna look down on other people for that? No, I'm not. Don't worry, I'm not gonna turn into like people that are, because I make these changes, I'm gonna like look at other people. Ew, you eat meat? You eat animals? I'm not saying I went vegan again, but I'm not cutting it out completely of my life, because when I go on Disney trips, best believe I'm gonna be eating some treats and stuff that I love that are definitely not vegan. But heal the world. Seriously though, I used to be all up in drama. I wish I could go back in time and like tell my younger self, like, that stuff is not important. Yeah, so and so's making a dumb decision, so and so's doing this, so and so's doing that. Who cares? It's not affecting me. I don't need to be talking about it. I don't need to be talking about it. I don't need to be involved because I just need to focus on me, right? And I challenge everyone to just think about that. You know, I watched at work this past week. We had a quarterly meeting, and they played a 30-minute video. It's like a motivational video, right? But it's basically just oh man, it just blew my mind. Like, it kind of was another like wake up. Like, are you surrounding yourself with the things that really bring your goals to fruition? Are you really making the changes that are needed for what you really want in life? It was so good. It was so good. Like, I want to share that with everyone. Actually, I might just link below. Link below. It's so good. If you ever needed like a good like motivational talk, something, listen, watch it. Because seriously, it will just be like, you know, am I really focusing on what I want in life and making it happen? Or am I just wanting it but not wanting it bad enough? One of the points he brings up, one of the things he brings up, which is, it's so funny. It's like so true. I know so many people, I know you have people that work their job and are barely making ends meet, right? They're barely getting by with their job. They have their mom, their sister, their something that gets sick or gets something and they need help, and somehow miraculously they pull through, and where they were making ends meet just for themselves, all of a sudden they're making it happen where they can help their family member, help their mom, help this, like, and it just shows that when something becomes super important to you, something becomes a must for you, that you have the willpower. That's when you have the willpower to do it. Does that make sense? You went from barely making ends meet just for yourself, living paycheck to paycheck. Your mom's in trouble, your brother, your son, your child, they need a medical bill, they need something, and all of a sudden you somehow made it work to help them, to pull that extra money to do that. Why? Because that was important to you. That was a must. It wasn't just a want. It wasn't just like a, hey, here's a little goal, New Year's resolution, and then gave up like 2 weeks later. No, it was I have to make this work because it came from love for that person. It came from like a deep place within you, like, this has to happen. It's crazy when you change your focus of what you want and what's a must have. What you're capable of. Well, I'm about finishing up right here. I feel like I talked about so much today to make up for the ASMR where I didn't talk last time. I'm full. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for sitting through. If you sat through this whole thing, me talking about Smile Direct Club and then the outlook, focus, shift on life, thanks. You're a real one. Don't forget to hit the like. Don't forget to subscribe and to turn on the notification bell so you can be notified when I publish more. Wednesday, next Disneyland vlog coming up from my last trip, and Friday, food review Friday for another, see what vegan product I can find that I want to try and do a review. So I hope everyone is doing well, and I hope that if you did sit through and listen to either Smile Direct Club review or the all of it, that either one helps you, whatever. If not, at least you watched me eat. Okay, love you all. Have a great day and have a great start of your week. Bye.